All right, y'all want to learn about field inspections. So this is going to be a long form video teaching you more about what field inspections are and how you can become one and how you can start putting money in your pocket by getting paid to take photos. So first things first, what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be doing a series of videos teaching you about field inspections. The first thing, I'm just going to cover a broad view about field inspections, and then I'm going to dive into the different segments that I personally deal with or have dealt with in the past. And those segments are going to be mystery shopping, residential inspections, commercial inspections, and insurance inspections. So we're going to take a deep dive into each of these inspections so that you can determine what inspections is right for you, because not all inspections are right for everybody, because some people like certain inspections better than the others. So this is your opportunity to really listen and take a deep listen and decide which inspections that you want to complete. So here are the basics. So the first question we have to ask ourselves is, what does a field inspector do? You see, a field inspector gathers information and performs property value appraisals of residential and commercial properties and vehicles. It's a little more than that, but as a field inspector, your duties are to visually inspect a property, take photos, collect data, and compile a report with a property value estimated based on your findings. You can find field inspector jobs with insurance companies, mortgage lenders, and banks with financial stake in a piece of property. Now that is just a basic explanation of what a field inspector is, right? Because a field inspector is anybody who goes out into the field and performs a task, regardless of what it is. But for the purpose of this video, that's what we do. We go out to properties and we evaluate residential properties, commercial properties, anything that has a loan on it, equipment, anything like that. Now, as a field inspector, most field inspectors are independent contractors. However, there are some who are employees with a company. However, I prefer the independent route, so that's usually what I share with people, because I want people to become more dependent on themselves and not dependent on a company, in order to make their income. So generally, as an independent contractor and sometimes as an employee, you are usually working from your home office. And then when you receive a work order, you sometimes you have to set appointments, and sometimes you don't. But you will go out to a location, photograph that location or photograph that piece of property, and write a short report and submit your findings. Now, to become a field inspector, you don't need any formal training or any special skills, right? And according to this article, if you are just starting off in the field inspection industry, then your fastest path to becoming a qualified field inspector is to get training from an experienced field inspector at a field services company. What? You want to learn field inspections from me? I got you covered. And as you can see at the bottom here, in most field inspector work, you must provide your own transportation, a computer, a camera, and a cell phone. Now, all of these things are correct. Now, I just want to back up a little bit, because I did tell you that, generally as a field inspector, you are generally an independent contractor, generally. Okay, and as an independent contractor, it takes a special kind of person to work for themselves, to take on all those responsibilities themselves, meaning taxes, anything that comes with that. Because when we get used to working for an employer, that employer takes care of all those other things on the back end, like our, taking taxes out of our check and all of that stuff. But as an independent contractor, you are responsible for all of those things, keeping track of your income, keeping track of your expenses, keeping track of your mileage, and taking taxes out, paying your taxes, whatever the case may be. You are totally responsible for that. And a lot of people have become reliant on somebody else taking on those responsibilities for them. So if you have never worked for yourself, if you have never been an independent contractor, then this is something that you really need to think about, because there is a drastic change and you have to have the mindset. You have to have that mindset to continue on to be able to provide for yourself. That's the reason why I said field inspections are not for everyone, okay? At least one of the reasons it's not for everybody. Now, just to give you a little background on myself, I have been doing field inspections for the past 10 years, full time. Okay. I started off with residential inspections. I moved into commercial inspections, and actually commercial inspections and mystery shopping. And then I started to move into insurance inspections. Now, all of these things take time to learn and to gather. However, it can be done, because if you're a quick learner, you can jump on board and get the ball running just like that. Now, I know a lot of y'all next question is, how much are they paying? Well, they're different amounts, because each inspection is paid per inspection. So on a range, I can give you a range of inspections paid between $4 to $100+. Okay. I started off at $4 per inspection. Actually, yeah, I started off at $4 per inspection. I got with a company who was actually paying $2 an inspection. That was years ago. But this is when I first started. And then I moved into getting paid anywhere from 75 plus an inspection. So, it just depends on how fast you want to move, because you don't have to stay in a space for months before you move into things. Once you get the hang of it, you start looking for those other companies that will pay you more and that you don't have to work as much. And right here is a prime example of what I'm talking about. That has been my strategy for the past 10 years. But as again, I like to share with you the ups and the downs of being a field inspector, because there are some days as an independent contractor where I don't make any money at all. But I'm okay with that, okay? Because there are other days where I can make, $5,000 in a week. So, it just depends on where you're at in your life or where you're at in the industry. So I say all that not to brag what I make, but what's possible for you if you were to put in the work and follow the steps that I share with you, so that you can maximize your income. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring this video to a close, but before I do, I just want to share with you that if you are interested in field inspections, I do provide a free training and a free list of starter companies that you can start applying to, so that you can get your feet wet and start getting into this industry. All you have to do is go to jcreatingwealth.com and you'll come to this page. If you scroll down to the bottom of that page and you click that button right there, yes, let me check it out, then I will provide you with that free training and the list of companies. This will take you to my side gigs page. Now, I do want to say that I do offer a course, right? But it's not mandatory. It's just to help you guys out, because all of these things can be done on your own. It just may take a little longer. My course is just to provide you a little shortcut so that you can get the industry as a whole and then move forward so that you can start putting income in your pocket. But again, it's not a necessity. Now, I give so much free information that this stuff can be done on your own. When you do purchase my course, I appreciate the support. But again, it's not a necessity. So if you want to learn more about this industry, you can check out my website or just follow me here. And I'm going to be sharing more videos about what field inspections are and what exactly we do, and breaking down all the segments that I'm involved with, so you can decide if that's something you want to be involved with as well. All right, y'all, it's our time to be free. But the real question is, are you ready?